Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Now, this is probably the most interesting video I have made so far. In this video, we're going to be making some actual gameplay for a game that we've been working on for about 2 weeks. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to drag that obstacle thing that you had there into the assets, and it will look something like this. It will say obstacle and the shape of the obstacle. Now, I already did that. Now, basically what you just created is something that is called a prefab. And basically it affects all the other, in this case, obstacles on the screen. So right now, say I change its scale to 4 and hit enter. Then it will change every other obstacle on the screen. It's basically like the mother of all of them, and it can change them by just one simple step. So say instead of going through all of them and changing every single one, you can simply just change the prefab. Now say I have an obstacle here. Now to create the gameplay, you can create whatever gameplay you want by just placing obstacles randomly in whatever order you want. Now to do that though, an easy way is you go into this Y section right here and then hit the down arrow, and then you can see more and more. Now say I wanted to move this around. I can hit this square and drag it around like this. And let's say I wanted to make a duplicate of this. Then I'm on a Mac, so I can do Control D. If you're on a Windows though, it will be Windows is Control D and Mac is Command D. So I'm going to do Command D, and I copied it. And now I can move this extra copy wherever I want. So I can move it right here. And as you can see over here, it's moving around. And basically that's how you can create another obstacle. And you just keep creating these obstacles until you've got basically this entire obstacle course. Now once you've done that, it might look something similar to mine. Now, when you start the game, the controls might feel a little off. It might be extremely hard to complete your game. Now, to make that a lot easier, you go into Player, or just go into the Assets area and hit Player Movement. Now, when you open it up, and from last video, we had all this code, and it ended right here. Now, once you've got this code, you're going to put a comma behind both the zeros on both sides and type force mode.velocity change. Now make sure where I have capitals, you also have capitals in those areas. Because if you don't, then it will turn out wrong, because C# code is capital sensitive. So make sure you have those capitals and little lowercase letters in the correct places. Now I've already done that, and that's why the game felt really smooth. Now say you think your player is going too fast, or his sideways force is too little, and the A and the D aren't moving him fast enough. Then you can just hit player and keep it open on the side, and then say you want to change forward speed or change sideways speed. And also, if you had a sideways speed that worked for you before you added this, then you'll have to lower your sideways force. Because my previous sideways force was 400, but then after adding this, it makes your sideways speed a lot faster. So you'll have to lower it from, in my case, to around 100. Now my forward speed used to be 1000, but if you turn the drag up to 1, and drag is basically like air resistance on your player, if you turn it up to 1 and increase your forward speed to around 2000, it makes the game feel much more responsive. So this is the game I have right now. So let's see what it feels like at the moment. So I'm gonna click the play button, wait for it to load a bit, and let's see if I can even beat my own game. Oh yeah, I'm just too bad. But yeah, so that's the game I created. Now to make it feel even more professional, you can add something that's called fog. And you see in the distance there how you can't really see anything? That's what fog is. And it allows the people who are playing the game it makes sure that they can't see the obstacles that are coming up until they're very close by. Now, to activate fog, you go into Window, Rendering, and then Light Settings. I already have that open up right here, but once you click Lighting, it will open up. Then scroll down until you find something called Fog. Now, if I disable it, you can't see that fog in the distance anymore. So you can enable it, and then if you click color, you can change whatever color you want it to be. It could be black, it could be perfectly white. I think a grayish color works the best. Make sure it's not too dark, but also not too bright. Now, that's basically it for the game. We've got a pretty awesome gameplay. Mine is pretty short, but you can make yours much longer. It's just because I didn't have much time. In the video after this, stay tuned for that video, by the way. We're going to be making some final touches and also adding a score to the game. So stay tuned for this, and that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed.